You guys, it's the end of the day. My brain is going to fall out of my head. And I subjected, the kids have been in the car for 4 hours because we went to pick up somebody and had to come back. So their energy is way up here right now, especially after piano lessons from this morning, which means no physical movement has happened today. And with that introduction, let's get into today's video. So I thought maybe this would be a helpful, useful video for somebody out there. I made the comment how my pantry shelf has about 2 weeks worth of food on it. I kind of wanted to show how we would use the food up for the next 2 weeks. However, I will be replacing the food. I'm just going to kind of store it. Now that it's cold, I can store it in a box out in the garage and then replace it after 2 weeks. So, in a few days, it'll be the new year. I love a new year. It's kind of like a Monday where it's a fresh start and just so much motivation goes into the new year. And I do have grocery money for this month. This month, again, because of family and loved ones and churches, we have grocery money for this month. And so a lot of what I have planned is going to be using the food that we get from the food trucks, using this pantry shelf, and then kind of using food up and rotating food, because y'all know that I love that. I think it's just honestly part of my personality. When I'm working with projects, like if I'm down to a little bit of fabric left, I will actually put aside anything else that I have planned, so I just use all of that up. If I have something else planned, I just want it all used up. I want like a complete finish, big fat check off. That's just kind of my personality. And I think the rotation of food it just kind of goes along with it. It's like a complete, finished whatever of it. So something I learned about myself. So we're gonna kind of go over a menu. We're going to be using the stuff here, and then I am going to be trying to make sure that each meal I have planned for the next 2 weeks, but essentially the whole month of January, I'm using $5 or close to that meals. When you calculate $5 meals, 3 meals a day, 7 days a week, and 31 days in January, your cost $465. And then that'll give me a cushion with our $700 budget. That'll give me a cushion of $245 to kind of fill in any gaps that I need, and things that just come up. Like already, what did I say? I was going to have $245 left. Well, I sent $60 of that with my daughter on her trip this week, just so that she had some money as a cushion. I wanted her to have that. Actually, I sent her $40 and I used 20 of that for the gas to take the gal from church to and fro. Okay, or airport to and fro. Yeah, okay, moving on. So let's kind of go together. We're going to make a 2-week menu, and we're going to kind of see what I have here that we can use. I'm not I have to get greens. We are completely out, and my husband and my body is just screaming for greens right now. You know, all that sugar from the holidays, and then your body just needs a clean. We're in that mode right now. So let's do this together. I've talked long enough. I kind of wanted to introduce kind of where we're going, what the plan is, and now I want to show you a couple things. So this is my home management binder for 2020, and this is for 2021. I've used this one up pretty much between all my notes. But in here, so I have breakfast, lunches, and dinners, and I'm going to be kind of seeing what I have there and then seeing what I have on the shelves, and let's get started. To begin with, this basket goes right there, but here is a basic overview of my shelves. There is a lot of canned goods because the food trucks have been sending these kind of boxes, and some weeks you'll get 2 boxes per family. Some weeks it's only one. And a lot of them come with sliced carrots, pear slices, applesauce, spaghetti. Now, with my food, remember I have two elderly couples that share their food with me, and sometimes I get two because of our size family. It really just depends on the food trucks and whatnot. So I end up sharing with 4 other families. They're in our church, and we kind of just, I'm like, okay, this is what I have up for grabs and whatnot. Nobody has wanted the spaghetti pasta, so I do have 3. They're a whole wheat. I do have 3 in another pantry, and then these 3 I have offered to the moms for the kids I babysit, and one of them said that she would take these. So apparently whole wheat is not a pasta that anybody wants, which I find very weird. I think it would be snatched up like that, but you never know. Anyway, so the pear slices never last long in this house. That's a quick snack, and the kids love it. Pears are my favorite fruit next to Asian pears. Asian pears I actually love so much, and persimmons. Those are my 2 top favorite fruits ever. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Asian pears? They're like an apple pear, and it's so good. And persimmons, oh, I could live on those. I could live on those. I'm not much of a fruit person. Give me vegetables any day. Fruit, I tend to be kind of meticulous about. For example, berries. I love a good fresh picked berry. I am not so much into the store-bought. So it works for my kids because they only get all. Anyway, but you see a lot of these that come. So we'll keep these, and again, there are a lot on here. Another thing that we got a ton of are these pasta sauces, tomato sauce, and some chunk chicken. So I have a ton here. We just didn't have the room on here for it. So we have a lot of that, and we have a lot of tuna. Like here's 4, here's 7 more, here's 7 more behind that, here's 4 here, and I know we have more because each box usually comes with 3, and so there's more somewhere. What else? They come with these pastas, sauce things. So anyway, there's a lot here. I'm just going to kind of base my meal plan off of what I have here as kind of the main ingredient, for lack of a better word. And, well, on that note, let me just get started. One thing I learned about me this last 2 months of trying to do monthly meal planning and then monthly grocery shopping and all of that. This worked out amazing in November, where I wrote down what I have for all of this and then just like take it off and then like little amendments as I go along. This worked really well because then I would just cross it off or anything. So I'm actually going to pretty much follow that same format again. So, oh, and leaky pen. Darn it. So, I'm just going to do breakfast, and I pretty much need 7 breakfasts, 7 days, times 4. Because breakfast is pretty much simple and easy and whatever. So, I already know we're going to do a lot of smoothies because I have some great protein mixes that I want to do. And I'm thinking like banana, peanut butter, and chocolate smoothies. And then hide some greens in there because that's what I do best. Okay, so I have all of my meals prepped. I will go over them with you. I was thinking of like, I'll wait till the end of the month and like have this long video, but I think I'm actually going to show week by week the progression of what happens here. So let's just kind of jump right in. So this is breakfast. I kind of have a little clip showing that. These are the lunches. Again, we have all that tuna, so we'll have plenty for tuna cakes. I'm actually going to try to make a batch of tuna cakes and freeze it and then see how well that works out. I have a ton of red sauce, just with these little packs that come. I think I showed you that. I have a ton of that, but I do have enough to make a chili spaghetti. That's something that we enjoyed as children. Kind of got sick of spaghetti, so it was kind of a treat when my dad made chili spaghetti. So I'm going to show that with the kids, kind of how we did it growing up. Bean and rice casserole, I really didn't want to do this for once a week, so I alternated every other week with egg roll in a bowl. So every other week we'll have one of these. Leftovers always happens once a week. I have two salads here. I have enough quinoa to do quinoa salad twice, so I was like, okay, we still have some tuna left. Let's do tuna salad sandwiches twice, which actually means I need to add this to the list. Now this will keep it still at under $5 for me because, well, I think actually our gluten-free bread is now like $5.47. Maybe I can find like a deal or something on that. Sometimes I can. But since the tuna is free, it'll be cheaper for us. So that works for our family, keeping it under $5. And, you know, having the Tortilla salad. We're going to do a baked potato bar. I have a ton. I'm not going to show you. I have a ton of baked potatoes still from food trucks. We're going to do sausage and rice. Now, sausage, like the bratwurst or the kielbasa, that can range anywhere from kielbasa being like $2.99 and then like brats or Italian sausage to $3 or $4 or even $5. So rice is going to be my cheap side for that. So we'll do that 4 times. Quesadillas, which is just corn tortillas with some cheese. If you can have wheat, you can do like flour tortillas and cheese. I might even put some of the chicken in here and kind of fluff it up a bit. And then I've got some salsa in the freezer from all that salsa I made. We're actually going to have the boys make the chips. So they're going to make corn tortillas. I have the stuff to make it, and that's always a fun treat when they make it. And then we're going to actually put it in my air fryer. My sister sent me an air fryer for Christmas, so that's what we're going to do. And then we'll have some, I guess. Huh?
One?
You just eat one, yeah.
Okay.
And then we'll have some refried beans or something like that. We'll see. For dinner, this is something that my husband worked with me on this because I wanted to know, you know, what he likes. I like to try to do a lot of the dinners with his input on them. So stir fry was the #1 thing that he wanted. He loves stir fry where it's just a little bit of meat, a whole lot of vegetables, and some rice. So we put that on here. I have stuff for stroganoff with noodles and whatnot. So we're just going to do that. I alternated the two between the beef and the chicken. We have baked chicken in the freezer. We have whole chicken in the freezer. So I'm like, okay, we'll do some baked chicken with potatoes and greens and whatnot. And if we do that then the leftover chicken, I can do the, it's chicken pot pie, but you just put biscuits on top. And then I can double the biscuit recipe when I make that for breakfast here. So I thought I was being pretty clever in that. I have 2 lasagna noodles that do need to be used up. They are with the rice. They are expired. They don't smell rancid yet, but let's get on that. I have taco and taco salad only twice because I do have taco shells, and the taco salad is actually going to be on January 1st. We're going to go to my pastor's house, and they're doing a taco salad bar, and I'm bringing the meat for that. So that's where that's coming in. Okay, so then this is like, I want to do 1 soup a week, and these are the stuff that I have for soup. So I have some wild rice. So I was thinking some wild rice soup. I have 1 thing of tomato soup left, so I was like, okay, we'll make a tomato soup. I have stuff to make chicken soup, so we'll do chicken soup. And I could do minestrone, but the more I'm thinking about it, I actually really want to do a chicken tortilla soup. I just love that so much better. I did do a video on that, on the meals you can make with your leftover turkey. So I'll leave that linked for you because I think I want to do that. And you can use chicken with that or turkey or whatever. Turkey, I think, just gives it more. Right. So I already talked about this. My husband asked if I would do beef broccoli, and I said I would do it, but only twice. I don't handle beef very well. So I'll do beef broccoli twice, and then I'll do lemon pepper chicken the other 2 times. And this will cover, 4 weeks worth of meals. Now, there's 31 days, and 4 weeks gives us 28 days, so there's 3 days unaccounted for. But our breakfasts really don't vary much. Lunches are pretty simple and easy to figure out. I know I have stuff to do, spaghetti again, so I can do another spaghetti. I'm not worried in so far as for food, because a lot of times what happens just we'll be like, oh, we have enough of this to do another meal, we have enough leftovers for 2 times this week, or just whatever. So that tends to happen more often. Hello, my brain has gone. So we'll just kind of see where this goes and see what happens. So just keep an eye out as each week unfolds, and we'll see where this takes us. So I'll be including the grocery haul for this. Probably it'll be upcoming. I'm not even going to try to figure out what day it is, because right now I can't even figure out what days I can go grocery shopping. But I did make a list. I did kind of figure out that we're going to need about 14 dozen eggs this month. So my Amish lady is already like, girl, the chickens just aren't laying like they used to. So we'll have some fun with that. And again, just kind of cleaning off my shelf here, using up what we have, but replenishing it as well, just to kind of make it so that it's not so expensive later on. And if we have money, then that's what I'm going to do. Insofar as other things planned for this month, so in today's food trucks, we got a lot of raspberries, and I'm going to dehydrate them. And last week, it's been a whole week now, last week we got 2 flats of grapes, and we don't eat enough to go through all of that, because we got 2 flats. So I think we've eaten maybe 2 bags, and we're done. We're done with the grapes. And they're the good grapes too. And nobody that in the church or in my circle really wanted any grapes. So I'm going to try and make grape jelly. I've watched 3 Rivers Homestead do it with fresh grapes, and so I'm going to try to do that. So those are 2 projects that I have planned for this week. I feel like that's it. I feel like that kind of takes care of the bulk of life right now. So, Happy New Year. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see what goes on after this.